Hi, I'm Brad Wild from the Go Wild team at RE/MAX. So the April numbers are in, and this is what's going on in the Guelph real estate market. Overall, April was a pretty good month this year. When we look at the number of sales, we had 240, so that was up 7% from April 2018. Looking at the number of new listings, that also is up a bit, about 8%, so a bit more inventory on the market. But also the number of new houses to come to market is up, so that was up 16%. So we saw quite a few more people bring their listings to market in April than we saw last year. Looking at our average sale price, and this is for all housing categories, we had an average sale price of $538,000, so that's up about 5% from 2018. And then looking at individual housing types, so detached houses, they were up 7% with an average sale price of $628,000. That's also up month over month as well, which is great. Attached houses, they were up 10%, as well as condo style apartments, also up 10% with an average sale price of $366,000. So good amounts of appreciation across all housing categories. And the great thing too is that they're not only up year over year, but we're seeing them consistently go up month over month. So we are seeing a positive trend for house prices in Guelph. Now looking at what houses are selling for as a percentage of list price, that's the same as last year, so 99%. So again, very tight to their asking price, and that will fluctuate depending on what price point you're in. The lower price points are selling a lot closer to asking, or some of them selling over, whereas when you go higher up, you are seeing more negotiating, but that's normal. Now, of the houses that are selling, about 35% of them are going to multiple offers, so that's up slightly from what we had in last April of 2018. And then when you look at those houses that are selling above asking, 82% of them are listed under that $600,000 price point. So if you're listing your house at $900,000, the likelihood of going to multiple offers is going to be a lot lower than if you're listing a $450,000 house. And then looking at our months of inventory on the market, so we've got 1.55 months of inventory, and that's across the board. So overall in Guelph, definitely still in a seller's market. Anything under 4 months considered seller, so it's a good market. Now, when you look at different housing price points in Guelph, it does tell you different stories. So under $600,000, 1 month of inventory, so very, very competitive, strong seller's market. Then when you go to 6 to $1 million, you're still in a seller's market. There's about 2 months of inventory on the market. As soon as you go over that $1 million threshold, you then jump up to 6 months of inventory. So 6 months of inventory is kind of right on the cusp between a balanced and a buyer's market. So if you're selling your house over that $1 million price point in Guelph, you have to have some patience. You can't expect it to fly off the market in a week, and you probably want to build a little bit of a buffer in for negotiations. Overall, when we look at our market in Guelph right now, we look at where we are year to date compared to 2018. Sales are relatively flat. They're up about 3%, so not a huge change there. Average sale price though, overall year over year is up about 5.5%, and that's across all housing categories. So a good amount of appreciation so far, considering that we're not even halfway through the year. The one thing also to take note though is inventory is up. It's up about 19%. And days on market are up about 14%. So houses aren't selling quite as fast overall. Now with days on market, we have noticed that in April and March, they have gone down from where they were in the beginning of the year. So it'll be interesting to see in May. May is usually a pretty active month, so we may see days on market start to creep back down as well as we start seeing more buyers come out. Overall for the market right now, where the opportunities are, definitely if you're someone who's looking to upsize, it's a great opportunity. Interest rates are low right now. The lower price points are very, very active. You can sell your house in a really active market, upsize, buy something larger in a slower moving market where you've got less competition and you can go in and negotiate a little bit more. For first-time buyers, it's also a good time to break into the market. As I said, interest rates are low, so you can get yourself a good rate, and inventory is a bit higher, so you've got a bit more of a selection. For downsizers, it is a little bit more challenging of a market. If you're selling your larger house and looking to buy something at a lower, more competitive price point, you probably want to sell first unless you've got the ability to carry both houses. You don't want to put yourself in that situation where you've bought something and then all of a sudden you've got that pressure to sell yours really quickly. If you have any questions about the Guelph real estate market, please comment below and I'd be happy to answer them for you. Thanks and have an amazing day.